So what's your name? Yullbrenna.
Ah, fresh meat!
Alright, hey everybody, Yullbrenna here with another Ability Arena gameplay video. This time we're going to be playing Lifestealer, who's not my best god, but I'm always switching up here. I think Lifestealer is kind of a middle of the pack B tier god. It's got some good aspects to it, maybe not the strongest buff that it gives, but it's definitely useful and it can be some fun, used for some fun combos. So what does Lifestealer do? It gives one of your units the Infest ability, so when that unit gets to half health, they will automatically jump inside a unit, deal physical attacks, and then of course heal back up depending on shop level. So at max shop, they'll heal from 50 all the way to 100%, and they'll be dealing physical attacks, and if they're casting any spells while they're inside the unit, that'll work. So if you've seen it on one of my previous videos with Lifestealer where I've done Eye of the Storm, and I might do something similar here. But also I've done it with Chakram, so if you're casting Chakram and then you infest a unit, your Chakram will still be dealing damage. So there's a lot of spells that you can use that while you're infested, you're still attacking. You can also use it as a backline jumper that goes in, does a lot of instant attacks, then gets infested and comes back out, and all of those spells will be off cooldown. So there's a lot of various things you can do. I think Lifestealer is one of those gods that's probably not played that often, so there's a lot of creativity there that can still happen. So something I don't play a lot, so I maybe haven't discovered everything there is about this god. Right now you can see I'm kind of just making him making my Dragon Knight extra tanky. I'm gonna grab Frost Armor, I've got Living Armor, Berserker's Blood, and the idea right now is to do a lot of AoE damage, so I'm gonna be picking up Vacuum as well. So damage is still lacking a little bit, survivability is up there. But that's okay, it's kind of just playing for the late game here. Spells haven't been dropping too much. So not a summons build, even though I saw the bear. Still picking up Tag Team. I think that's still a good spell to pick up for damage, and I'm definitely lacking in the damage. Picking up Battery Assault too. Battery Assault I think works when you're in the Infest, so I may try to do something like that to constantly stun the unit while I'm infested into them. See, Dragon Knight pretty tanky, ends up pulling that out. So I've got Underlord. I could get another front line. I do like Underlord as a B tier body, but I'm going to go with Ember Spirit. I'm going to use Sticky Napalm and kind of go for a build that I think I've done in the past, but is a little underrated, and you don't see a lot of people do that, and that is using a melee unit with Sticky Napalm. And going for a lot of damage using Sticky Napalm and getting it to super, where each attack will apply stacks of Sticky Napalm. So still lacking a little bit in the damage. And this guy, of course, the Donkey Aghanim build is using ultimates to his advantage, so a little tankier than me. Round kind of drags on a little bit because of my lack of damage and all the survivability tools that I have. So picking up Fury Swipes, I need at least some damage here. And of course, I do also need my ultimates into play, so. Sunray, a spell that definitely I think is underrated. Of course, gets interrupted by stun, but if you can get it to super and Gaben, I think it's a huge spell. It does a lot of damage, heals a lot too. And you can see it right here, where topped the damage charts for a while there. just missed out on there. I'm kind of middle of the pack right now. And I'm just going to upgrade again. Going to max shop I think is valuable with Lifestealer. I don't think it's 100% necessary, but I definitely am going to pursue max shop here. I want to get the most out of the benefit of the god. And even though I do heal, I'm going to grab Berserker's Blood, make the Lifestealer as tanky as I can because he's going to be my frontliner. He's going to get hit right away, but the good news is that he'll automatically get infested. So even though he's my frontliner and is going to get hit with a lot of damage, he's immediately going to get infested, and it's not an issue. So tag team comes back up, and I got that additional damage, so that worked out pretty well. I don't like Mask of Madness too much. I'm going to be casting a lot of spells, so I'll just get the robe, get some additional evasion, and put that. That can go on Ember, that can go on Dragonite. And picking up Unleash. Unleash, need something on my Ember Spirit, need him to contribute at the moment. Probably move it off of him, like I said, probably do maybe like an Omnislasher style build. At one point in Fury Swipes, certainly added some damage here. And I'm going to get something to buff up the Ember Spirit, so go for some backline, just some basic spell casting. And maybe some additional stuns here, so here's a lot of spells that I like, so probably lock shop here. So creating a pretty tanky build right now. Going pretty well. Inkswell, of course, is going to be, Sticky Napalm is going to be something I definitely want to target here. And then getting Essence Shift plus the, oh man, I just blanked on it here, but making sure I get the Unleash, plus the Essence Shift, and that'll be my last unit here for some backline damage. Starting to increase the damage. Ember Spirit is doing really well. Got some tanky units too. Unfortunately, the Frost Armor went onto the Enigma, but didn't matter in the end. So I finally picked up the damage here and at max shop too. So we're gonna have a lot of survivability on the Dragonite. And he is going to be in there for some time. So Ember Spirit may take some additional damage after the Omnislash happens. So working out pretty well. You can see Ember Spirit goes into the Omnislash build, Dragonite got infested, and when they're both in there, it draws the units in, and I get the Vacuum off. So the Vacuum off, see, it's one of my last spells. Sometimes people use it as more of an initiation to group it up, but I find that sometimes that doesn't work if you put it on a frontliner. So putting it onto a backliner can have that have a better effect. So you're having spells go off, everybody's drawn in after my unit gets infested, and then they vacuum it all together, and you're going to be dealing a lot more damage because Dragonite hopefully is going to be doing AoE damage. You'll have the Sticky Napalm and Omnislash hitting a lot of units as well, so it should work out. I had my units really poorly positioned for this round, so this one's kind of just a loss, and I lose my winning streak because of it. So it was kind of a bit of a whoopsies on my part. So I'll go for Chakram, something that I may have to end up putting onto the Dragonite because I just haven't found Eye of the Storm. But of course there goes Eye of the Storm right as I say it. And I've almost got Sticky Napalm up to super. That's going to be a huge power spike. Really want to get that up there. There's the vacuum, so everybody gets drawn in, and the Sunray hit pretty hard as well. So you've got the Chakram, you've got the Sunray, a lot of AoE damage, and yeah, the Enigma ended up topping the charts on that one, really just from the grouped up Sunray. You can also see, so after the Shadow Demon cast Bloodlust, I also have the Fortune's End on there, and that'll purge some positive buffs. So if a frontline unit does have Frost Armor on there, if some unit did get buffed by Bloodlust, they will get that. And also it causes a lot of roots and makes it really easy to follow up with the Vacuum. Fortune's End is a really good spell that you'll see a lot of players pick up. It's also good whether you get it to level 3, whether you get it to level 6, level 9. So just a good spell to have. Adds some damage, adds some root, adds disable, adds that purge. So really nice spell. One thing I am missing, that's pretty obvious, is any backline damage. So I do pick up Blink. Usually I would do like Phantom Strike with my Omnislash build for additional attack speed. Unfortunately that's not in there. So Blink is kind of my next best bet. And I can just absolutely blown up by this Ogre build. And he's on a win streak, so clearly he's doing pretty well. And Abyssal Blade works perfect with the Omnislash build. So I think that's a pretty easy pickup. And yeah, because I was lacking that backline, I'll just immediately throw Blink in. Alright, so a couple rough rounds. I'm still in second place, though. Let's see if I can right this ship going up against another Ogre Magi. There's that group up, and the Sunray hits really hard. So that delayed vacuum working out really well. So I cast the Insatiable Hunger before I blink, and before I Omnislash. I've noticed that a few times when I picked up Insatiable Hunger, and if I cast Omnislash, Insatiable Hunger won't cast after. So that is the reason for casting Insatiable Hunger first, and then they'll blink and immediately get in there. I don't want him to cast anything else once he's linked to the backline. There's a good vacuum. And yeah, so this delayed vacuum really paying off with a lot of my AoE spells here. And a lot of good spells popping up here, so kind of deciding what I want to do. Usually Furious Wipes I kind of leave at level 3. Also don't have a lot of magic immunity, and of course there is that Ogre build that's doing really well, so maybe I'll need some magic immunity. I'll kind of keep it just in case. I don't want my Ember Spirit to get blown up and not get his Omnislash off. So my Dragonite pops to the back, but my backline kind of gets messed up here. This Lina was hitting pretty hard, and I'm going to lose again. So kind of dropping here. Definitely at Sticky Napalm, I got to level 4 pretty quickly, but since then I've only found one more point into it. So and Ember Spirit kind of got caught out there. So I really need to step it up. I need to make sure I get Sticky Napalm to super, and I keep my Ember Spirit alive. I can't really have one of my top damage dealers going out. Gotta find a way to protect him. Take aim. Again, I could use the additional range, it's nice, but I also need some added damage. You can see I'm throwing my Enigma to the side, so now he's going to cast Frost Armor onto the Enigma and make sure Enigma EB is a little more survivable. Dragonite, of course, he's going to get his Infest off, so I'm not too worried about him being tanky. So it pays off. You can see damage charts, kind of everybody's doing a little bit of damage here. Don't have one specific carry. And that Ogre is still on a streak, so I'm that's why I was debating whether Rage, but I'm kind of just going on my build. I've got the Frost Armor to protect the Ember, so I'll just probably go against the Rage for the time being. So I target his Dazzle, see if I can do the damage. The Dazzle's really tanky and ends up just blowing up my team. Ember Spirit, Dragonite still aren't even surviving, so a little tough there. That Dazzle build hurt a lot. I do get Omnislash to Gaben, so that should be huge. Of course, Sticky Napalm still hasn't hit. It's been a few rounds, and I still haven't found it. It would be a huge game changer if I could get that to super. So yeah, there is Dazzle. It's got a lot of spells on it. Really survivable. I really need to take that out because the Lucent Beam was huge against me. Absolutely killed me. This guy's killed me with his Lina, and then this build as well. That's been so. I'll switch it up. See if I can put the Ember Spirit, target his carry. Shadow Fiend does get beat up there. Let's see if the Dragonite can hold his own. He doesn't, and I'm losing against both of these opponents right now. Yeah, my Shadow Fiend got hit pretty hard there. And the Ember Spirit's damage just isn't there at the moment. So Dragon's Blood, hopefully that does some additional damage. And it reduces their damage a little bit too, so still need to target that Dazzle. He's obviously the main carry of the Ogre build, so I'm going to switch back to the other side. Don't even get the vacuum off either. Bit of a rough one, and so yeah, I'm losing to both units here. Finally find Sticky Napalm to super. Hopefully is a huge turnaround here. And Unleash to super, so we've got that. That hopefully provides some silence. Sticky Napalm, the super again, should be a big benefit here. Lost to both of these guys. And yeah, I'll need to do a little bit of adjustment here. Avoid that duel. There, I got the vacuum off. My units do a lot more damage. And it works out pretty well. So, managed to turn that around, get in a couple supers up there. I see Mjolnir. Mjolnir would work really well. I already have the Abyssal Blade. I really like that on Ember Spirit, so Mjolnir naturally with the Unleash should work out pretty well. Definitely need some added damage. Kind of keeping the rest for Shadow Fiend there. I just need to target the spells that are going to be game winners. So battery assault, I think it works when he's in the infest. If not, the AoE stuns hopefully will stop the rest of his units. He's on my front line. Again, I really got to target this dazzle. Hopefully the upgrade for super sticky napalm will be enough. And it is. That was huge. The Mjolnir also worked out really well. Shadow Fiend topped the charts. And that was big. I wasn't sure whether I could beat this guy, but the Mjolnir and all of the upgraded spells worked out. Getting Vacuum also to Gaben, another huge spell upgrade. And getting Sunray to Gaben. So I'll get the Supernova off as well. An additional stun. That should make it a lot easier for me. So yeah, definitely still need to target the Dazzle with my Ember Spirit, so wherever he goes, I will be following him. The rest of the build I don't care about too much. So do a switch here, make sure I've got Frost Armor on the Ember Spirit so he stays alive. And I kill him off, get the huge vacuum off too, and Shadow Fiend is working out. Yeah, the Mjolnir with the Unleash is doing a lot of work, so beat him 2 times in a row. Auto winning streak actually. Beat the top 2 opponents. Let's see if I can get some more Gabens here to finish this off. And I find Sticky Napalm to Gaben, so huge increase. Really love this build, Omnislash Sticky Napalm. A great build. Hoping this can finish it off. Gonna follow that Dazzle around. See him switching it up again. He may switch up last second, so I'm kind of watching. And I'll throw it over. Let's see if I can get it again. I hit the Dazzle. Huge vacuum off with all the AoE damage. And yeah, there it is. Alright, well, appreciate you watching. Hopefully this showed a good Lifestealer build for you to copy or use in your games. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.